Good morning, Dixie Belle family. My name is Shannon and I am with Pickin Boots Vintage in Fort Myers, Florida. This happens to be my first time on the Dixie Belle page. I'm excited to be here. If you couldn't tell, my topic today is Patina. This is my absolute favorite Dixie Belle product. I use it all the time. So first I want to show you, I have this little pig here. Little pig. How cute is he? And of course I had to put my little logo on here. A girlfriend of mine gave this to me probably, I don't know, when I rebranded my name to Pickin Boots, and this is what it looked like before. Not so cute. So what I did was I made him much more lovable. Don't mind that he's missing an ear or a foot. He's been rolling around the back of my truck. We'll perform surgery on him later. Okay, anyway, so here is my Patina pig, and we're going to talk all things Patina today. All right. I did this guy about March 24th during quarantine. I just love him. I'm going to talk more about the process when I show you the product we're going to do today. Here she is. We're going to do this beautiful mermaid, and we will get to her in just a minute. But before we start that, I just want to kind of talk about the Patina line. There is a lot of information, so I'll try to go a little bit slower. If you have any questions, type it in the comments, and after the video, I'll be happy to answer. I just can't see that far because I'm blind. Okay, so when you start, there's something called Prime Start. This is not needed every time you use the Patina line. It is only needed when you are going to use the Patina products over metal. This will create kind of like a buffer between your metal and the Patina line, so the rusty crusty and the rust doesn't go through and rust out your metal project or your metal original piece. Then we have the paint. My favorite. It comes in iron, bronze, and copper. Inside each of these are little metal flakes which will become activated when you use the Patina spray. So before you use them, you need to make sure you shake or stir them really good. So after you have put on your second coat of paint, while the paint is still wet, you're going to use something called the Patina spray. And this is what creates the chemical reaction and makes the Patina paint rust, crust, and just become beautiful. When you're done with the process, after it's dried, you can use something called the Patina Guard. This is designed specially for this line to protect your Patina piece. I do want to say though, my lion here, I did him March 24th, and he sits out on my porch of my house, and I'm down here in Florida, and if you have been to Florida before, you know it's either A, scorching heat, or B, torrential downpour. So he lives out there. He is not sealed. He's been out there since March 24th, and he is hanging tough. It's still on really good. This is more of my test piece because I want to make sure, I want to see how long it'll last without me actually protecting it. And it is out in the natural Florida elements of the scorching sun and the torrential downpours. Okay. All right, so, gotta put my eyes on. This is what I'm going to work on today. It's a mermaid, it's a statue. I went ahead and put on one layer of the iron paint simply so I could show you the second step in the activation of the Patina sprays. I used a little bit of the Moonshine Metallic, the Pacific, just to give the mermaid tail just a little bit of undercoat of that shimmer. I am going to cover over most of it with the Patina line, but I want some of it to be able to come through. And I did that over the iron. Put that to the side. Okay, so I love the Patina, but me, I can't just use one. I can't just use iron, I can't just use copper, and I certainly can't just use bronze. I need to use them all because using them all creates a more authentic a more authentic look to me anyway. So I of course have to use all of them. And when I'm using them, I just use old chip brushes that I end up throwing away. I have one for each of the colors, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of iron, a little bit of bronze, and I'm just going to mix. I also have my sprayers. I have them in the original sprays, but I also have them in my mister bottles. It makes a difference because in the mister bottle it comes out finer and you'll get a light mist compared to the Dixie Belle, the sprayers that it comes with, comes out heavier and a lot more drips. So I like to utilize all of it because I want it to be as authentic and real as and creative and just beautiful. All right, so we're going to start with the iron. I'm already leaking. Those of you that know me know that I'm a very sloppy painter. But then again, most creatives are sloppy. Or I shouldn't say sloppy, I should say messy. Okay, so I'm taking my chip brush and I'm going to start and I'm going to pounce. I pounce because I want a thicker layer of the iron, because the thicker layer gives me a deeper, richer color of the rust. So iron, and I'm only going to do part of it right here, because it's going to look like the rust is going to create a nice drip down. I see a lot of comments, hi everybody, I just can't read them because it's too far away and I'm kind of blind at this distance. All right, so what I'm going to do is I go ahead and I spray a little bit. I'm going to use the green on top of the iron because that creates the color rust. Oh, and it is recommended by Dixie Belle, sorry I forgot, that you should use gloves and glasses to protect your eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and spray here. Oh, love it. It's already turning a little bit of rust. I know it's pretty hard to see from the camera, but when I'm all done with her, I will be taking close-up pictures and sharing them underneath this feed. Okay, so now let's open up the bronze. What I've done for my customers here at my shop is I've created a board, which is kind of like a cheat sheet that will tell you to get this look, you use this. So it's like a recipe board. I encourage all my customers to take a picture of it, so when they want to recreate, they can get something similar to this. Okay. So now I'm using the bronze, and I'm going to add some bronze over here. Now, looking at the bronze, they give you a really good blue or a green, depending on which spray you use. So I'm going to put some here, and I'm going to put some more down here, a little bit on her tail. Now I'm doing this with no rhyme or any reason, I'm just having fun. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of the blue. I'm using the thicker spray because I want it to drip. This can be very messy, so you can see. And I love that the blue is going down on the Moonshine Metallic, but you can see right now how it's already turning a beautiful blue patina color. Okay, I want to go back and use more iron, and I'm just going to put it in certain places. I want the majority of my piece to be the rust, kind of like my lion over here, and then just add a little bit of blue and green to highlight. So this just happens to be a solar light, so there's a solar fixture here and there's a light up here that I taped, so just disregard that. Alright, so I just added some more iron, and I'm going to use some more green because iron and green creates rust. What I like to do is I like to do a little bit of the iron and the green and then go back and add a little bit more iron and green because it just adds more depth. Kind of like you see the lion's face, you can see the different shades of the iron. Now, I don't want to forget that. Okay, so now let's have some fun with the copper. The copper and the blue make a really good blue patina. I'm going to use a little bit of this mainly on her mermaid tail. I'm pouncing. I'm not painting. You can absolutely paint, but I like it to be thick and chunky and have texture to it. And what I also like to do is I like to go ahead and layer it. I'm putting it over a little bit of the iron paint, and then I'll spray over again, and it just creates these really authentic looking, blue one, patina colors. And I go a little heavy-handed because I really like that it drips, so it looks like it's been outside for years. All right, oh, and it's pooling up here. That'll create a nice, there we go, a nice authentic looking, there we go. Okay. So, while I'm working on this, I just want to say a few things about using the patina on wood. I'm one of those that, in my head, I know that a wood dresser doesn't rust. So I have a really hard time using this product on a dresser. Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen lots of people use it, and it looks awesome. It's just something that I just can't do. Now, have I used it on wood? Absolutely. Let me show you why this is kind of drying. I have used it on wood because one of the other Dixie Belle people created this, and I saw it. I loved it, so I had to try it. So this is on it, just an old, actually a piece of wood from Home Depot, and I made it look like an old tailgate from an old truck. However, I still just can't do it on a dresser. The farthest I can go on a wood dresser is, here we go. Because it only makes sense in my head is that a handle rusts. So I put the patina on the handles and it drips down, giving you the illusion of rust on the dresser. For some reason, I just can't do it on the wood. One day, I'm sure I will be able to do it to dresser, just not yet. But that's just me. Okay, let's go back. Whoa, okay, so she's got some green and rust coming through. Now the whole process, it takes about 2 to 6 hours for it to totally create that chemical reaction. What I'm doing now is I'm just going to use a bunch of the different colors, and I'm layering just because I love getting a true authentic, or at least in my eyes, an authentic looking rusty crusty piece. Okay, so I'm going to add some blue from my mister here, and then I'm also going to use some green. Yes, I'm going heavy purely because I want it to drip. All right, she is coming along fabulously. All right, let's see. Let's do some more to her hair. I won't put the patina over the whole mermaid. There is already a light coat of it on her. And from the amount of the patina spray that I use, it does turn the light coat that I put on yesterday. It will turn it slightly. All right, so in her hair back here, I also want to add just a little bit of the bronze because I want it to have a blue streak coming down. So I'm going to add this, a little bit of that, and then blue spray. I want it to be heavy, so I'm going to use the one in the sprayer. And then, I don't know if you can see, but right through her hair is actually dripping down and creating these lovely, yeah, I will take good pictures of these and zoom in, but you can, from my angle here, you can actually see it turning with the copper and the blue and adding a nice stripe through her hair. Okay, so let's look at her in the front. Okay, I'm not happy the way this looks. Looks like I forgot to maybe put some patina spray on it. So I'm going to go back with the copper and give it a little bit more. And I'm going to hit it with green and blue. Living on the wild side. Okay, and I still kind of have this stripe here, which I'm not a big fan of. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to find my iron brush. And I'm going to add A little bit of iron, just a light coat. And I'm going to go ahead and overlap the copper. All right. And I also did use some of the Moonshine Metallic on her bathing suit area. And I didn't put any paint on it, but these sprays will add a little bit of color to it. Okay, so she's dripping and drying. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Felt like I missed a little bit over here on the tail. And you also notice I need to do a little bit more over here. I feel like I need a little bit of a blue streak coming down, kind of like I have on the lion over here. So I'm going to mix a little bit of the copper and a little bit of the bronze. There's no right or wrong procedure to this. To me, this is art and a little bit of science, chemical reaction. So a little green, a little bit of blue, and I'm heavy on her, and just let it naturally drip. Because if you think of a statue out in the garden, it's outside with the rain, and it's constantly, things are dripping on it, things are falling on it, so you want the evolution of the drips to go down. Okay, so while she is drying, and oh my gosh, I'm digging her so much. I'm gonna add a little bit over here, a little bit of the bronze, the blue, heavy blue, light green. She is coming out fantastic. Now, the good thing about this is when she dries and I come back and I see a certain area like, whoa, there's too much blue there, too much green here, I simply just need to open up my iron, shake it up, put a little bit of iron on it with the green spray and just add layers. That's the beauty of this product. You can add and add and add to get the look that you want. Okay, so while she is drying, I just want to show you a few things that, other things that I have worked on. Here is a mirror. This mirror, you can see I've used plenty of different layers. Oh, you can probably see my camera too. Ah. Okay, so that, a lot of the iron, a little bit of the blue and the green. And then I have this. This was a lot of fun to do. It was a big clock. Yep. There's a lot of stuff that you could patina. You'll be surprised. One day I was working and I had a little bit of paint left on my brushes. Like I said, I typically throw them away when I get done using them. So what I did was I had just a glass vase laying around, so I'm like, oh, let's just try it. So I just used a little bit of my iron, a little bit of my my iron, my bronze, and my copper, and then I sprayed it a little bit with the green and the blue, and this is a vase with a patina on it. No, it's not perfect, but I just was testing because I love to play. But also, look, I'm scratching it, it's not coming off. So it does adhere to glass. I did this same time I think I did the lion, so it's been about 8 weeks, so would it scratch off before then? Probably, but it is now on there in it. Another thing, here is one of those hanging lamps. This was a brand new one, and it was just too new and shiny, so I decided to break out my patina stuff, and look at the look. This is with all the colors in both sprays, just by pouncing, adding layers. Okay, I do just want to touch on one thing real quick. Sometimes when you go to seal your patina piece, either using the patina guard, some people use the gator hide. Sometimes if you put a little bit too much on, it can turn a little bit white. Please keep in mind though, this is an authentic looking, or this is authentic metal that has patinaed on its own. And look, it's oxidized. It has the white in it. So technically that white is authentic. So if you have done patina in the past, I know I've had some customers that have said something to me about it, that it has turned a little bit white. Well, it's supposed to happen. Look, this is natural. This happens. If you don't want that, make sure your patina is totally dry and use very thin coats. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to tell you. Oh, care of your bottles. This sprayer, or even the little mister bottles, they can corrode based on the material inside. So what you need to do is you need to, I had it here, the little black tops, save them, because what you want to do is you want to put it back on here and then flush the handle, because what can happen, it can corrode and then it won't spread. That's happened to me before when the first time I used it. But now that I use it so much, it doesn't happen to me anymore and I don't have to do that. The same thing will happen with your mister bottle, so make sure you rinse it out so there's no corrosion when you go to use your patina line. Again, I just want to say my name is Shannon Stefanacci, and I'm with Pickin Boots Vintage down in Fort Myers, Florida. I want to thank Dixie Belle for having me on. I hope to be on at least once a month. Let's see. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments and I will answer them, or Dixie Belle will answer them. Somebody will get your questions. I will post pictures of her when she is all done and dried and beautiful. This is my patina princess. If you know somebody that would like this video, please go ahead and share with them. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure you put #replay. You can get your Dixie Belle products from your local retailers. There is the link in the comments. Or you can, if you're local, obviously you come here. I've got my good group of Dixie Belle painters here. Also, don't forget to join the Chalk Mineral Paint Enthusiast group on Facebook. The link is in the comments also. And again, I want to thank you, Shannon Stefanacci, Pickin Boots Vintage in Fort Myers, Florida. Happy painting.
No, it didn't go off, Shannon.
You just got to hit it harder. Okay, I'm coming.